So umpire holds the ball aloft, and we're ready to go here at the start of the third quarter. And Cruiser got up there in the contest. The ball fell to the back of the pack. Lots of numbers around this footy. It's going to be hard to get a clean kick out. Brent Ryan got one. It was in haste more than anything. As the ball picked up there by Jared Tilley, who wore a high tackle there. And was he winning for a kick? No, the umpire calls for the footy. So we'll have a ball up at centre half forward for Greensborough. Smashing that one away there was Kogan. Hit it to the fat side of the ground. Les Adams in around the pack. Couldn't quite pick it up there at ground level now. Ball in dispute. Handball came on the outside. Nearly a throw there. Lots of numbers again around this ball. Trying to crash through now Kefalis. If it sits for him, he's away. Just tapping it. He's made about 30 metres. Did really well there, Kefalis. Handball inside to Adams, who was tackled as he kicked. A good tackle from behind. Ball at ground level now. A lot of numbers around it. We're going to have a ball up. It was a good chase down from behind, wasn't it? Just stopped that Adams kick and only went about 10 metres in the end. Ball up on the wing.
So Ruck's going at it once more. Cruiser wins the tap down into the path of both Gunn and Tilley. They've been working hard off each other all day. Gunn gets a little handball out. Couldn't find a teammate. Mullins crashing in again. Great tackle by LaRossi. There's going to be yet another bounce. Now on the right wing for Epping.
Yet to trouble the scorers, both sides here. Just ticked over a minute. Cruiser back at it with Kogan in the ruck there. Greensborough get a clearing kick out to the win. It's a bit of a foot race here. The first play to the ball was a man with an Epping jumper on. Little soccer off there, and that was actually Cam Brown. He beats Jack Johnson to the ball, and it's going to be thrown over just in front of the Greensborough bench there. So
not having a bad year, Cameron Brown. He's really started to cement his spot in the senior side. He was in and out of the team throughout last year, but he's been a regular this year as Conlon Gunn extracts. I've said that so many times over the years. And Stead gets away after getting a fine shepherd there from Mullins. Kicks up. Well, Brown nearly marked it there, didn't he? He had a good purchase on it, but he couldn't bring it to ground level. Great shepherd in there by Mullins. It's upended an opponent all fairly, and it just gave Steed that 5 to 10 metres to run. His kick wasn't great, and Brown nearly held onto it to intercept. We'll have a throw in. 70 metres out from Greensborough's goal, Tom Flanagan.
Rucks to go at it once more. That time one down by Cruiser. Gunn at the bottom of the pack in his 200th. Feeds out a little handball. Finds Johnston. He gets it back to Steed, who's a good user of the footy. Had plenty of it in the first half. Went for a high right foot kick in Bonjetti's area. Almost took the mark there, but nice work there by Brenton Keating off the back of the pack. And he releases now. Goes out towards Shepherd. Shepherd versus Wilson. Great effort by Wilson to get the ball into the path of a Greensborough player who was grubbed. Right foot kick. Long. It's going to find a teammate, Bonjetti. He's taken the mark.
Look at that.
And slides it into the middle of the forward 50. And a good mark taken there by Matty Fowler. He's going to line up for his first shot of the day.
I like two things there. One, as a forward, you'd love Josh Grubb getting the ball because you know he's going to go long and give you every opportunity. And then there by Bonjetti, he could have easily gone back and have a shot. Unselfish, centering to a player in a better position, but also bringing a teammate into the game as well. He's having a great day, and by giving it off to Fowler, now getting him a bit of confidence, he puts this through, he brings his teammates into it. And Fowler just lets the wind do the work. Goes straight to Bonjetti, says thank you very much. And now he becomes the fourth Greensborough goal kicker. They've kicked 7-10-52. Epping's 2-7-19. And boys, Epping now must stand up if they're going to play Division 1 football next year. They must win their final two games, and they trail by 33 points now.
And Matty Fowler just did kick that goal, but I have to say thank you to his father, who brought us in a couple of lovely sandwiches to enjoy during the break here. So Greensborough now up to a 33-point lead. Could it be a case of next goal wins, or is it too early to call here, Tommy Flanagan?
Oh, it's a bit early to call here. Early stages here in the third quarter, but Greensborough really making a charge here at the moment. Grubb gets it again, and he goes long into the forward half. Probably should have gone for the mark. Goes off the ground with the snap. He was able to pick it up on the half volley, Bonjetti, but he wasn't able to put it through for a goal. Off to the left for one behind.
Shaping as the Narellan Pools player of the day, certainly a leading contender, is Tim Bonjetti. Stead's in there. I think Josh Grubb's getting plenty of the footy as well. He's just carving up Epping with those long kicks inside 50 as the Blues opt to go short from the kick out. Dornoff's got the footy, going to chip over the top to a running Brenton Keating mark, but again, they're just not able to get any run, are they? He took that mark, well, he had a full head of steam up, but he had nothing to go on to, had to stop, and again now kicks back across the face of goal. They're just chipping the ball. It's four passes. Civarella, well, it's not paid, it's allowed to go on as Cameron Jordan picked it up at ground level, handballed off only as far as Lee Judd, just kicks out wide in hope. On the long lead, there's Gardner. Boundary's probably his ally there, they get it there, but even there, 4 kicks from defence, and they still didn't get outside of defensive 50 until that boot out of defence there by Lee Judd. As I said, more in hope than anything else, as we'll have a throw in Greensborough's attacking half of the ground, still 70 metres out from goal.
Kogan and Cruiser once more. Kogan gets it out the back, tries to get it to a teammate who was Gunn. McCoolkin was also out the back there, but Epping are away now. Good handball chain, releases Stavely, and he gets it over further and finds, I think that was Campbell who used the footy nicely there, but it went over the back to a couple of Greensborough players in the defensive half. Wilson released his man in Johnston. Johnston to kick up the middle. Beautiful kick up the middle of the ground. Finds Jordan, who's been pretty quiet, hasn't scored a goal yet today, and that will not change. Great effort by Cameron Brown. It's a brilliant one-on-one battle going on there between the two small 33s. Nice work there by Totino. Still alive here. Gets it back here. Totino has to shrug a tackle. Gives a handball off to Campbell. Campbell's going to have to be clever here. Tight in traffic. And he will get that. No. He's not going to get the free kick. It's actually going to be holding the ball. And it's going to go...
Is it?
No, it isn't going to be holding the ball. He's going to get the free kick. I thought it was going to go the other way. But no, he did get the high tackle. Lee, you were correct the first time. And now they're moving.
So, Sammy, what do you got, mate?
I was going to say, Wood there, they needing to lead up. He was just caught a little bit of a push and shove there with Robertson. Just lost his focus. He gave him no lead-up target, which is why they had to hesitate going forward. As Shepherd now gets involved, takes the mark, ends up through the Greensborough bench there. As the umpire just wants him to go back over his mark. It's actually going to be a 50-metre penalty against... Is that against Hyde, is it, in fact? Not going back off the mark, in fact. So, heard the whistle blown a few times, and I thought it was to get Shepherd back behind his line, but it's going to be a 50-metre penalty here.
Looks a very generous one, too, I think, for Peter Shepherd, and it could be a bit different from here behind the glass, but...
I think he'd actually kicked him about 15 metres off his mark, so he's probably given from where the man on the mark was. And
clapping.
He penetrated through. He's finally on the board. He was going to have a goal either way, wasn't he? He's going to be 6 behind, or he's going to kick his first. He's got his first, and it gives Epping a little bit of hope. They're 3 goals, 7 at 25. Borough, a 7-11-53, and boys, it's a massive understatement to say they needed that goal there.
They needed that one, and they need to get a run on from here on in. Shepherd, as we've seen a few times in the first half, very dangerous, not able to convert his opportunities, but he's been extremely dangerous, been able to create space for himself, and he's been a good marking target, getting away from his direct opponents down there in Drew Wilson. He's kicked 31 goals before today. That was his 32nd just a moment ago, and he's going to have a big influence here in this second half. Epping are away again. Handball from Adams to LaRossi. Here's Woody into Wood. Almost took the one-handed mark, or he has. He's got it. Has he taken it?
High free kick he paid after that.
Against, I think it might have been, who gave away the free kick? That might have been Robertson.
I think it was. They're getting stuck into him, aren't they, Shepherd there? And I think the important thing there, fair enough to get into him, get some lip into him, but don't give a free kick away now, right in front of the goal. They can't afford that. A reverse. We saw one in the first quarter, actually. I think it was Bongetti had the mark, and they reversed it thereafter Greensborough in that first quarter. And gee, wouldn't this be something? They kicked 2 goals in the first half of footy, and they can kick 2 in the space of a minute here. And it would be Shane Wood kicking for his second here, and really shouldn't have too many problems from 20 out directly in front.
Shane Wood, one of the shining lights in the first half. Back half for most of the year. Forward half today. Right foot kick on the way, and he puts it through the middle. Shane Wood's got 2, and Epping might just be backing it.
Well, I said it was an understatement saying they needed 1, but to kick 2 in a minute, well, that's just a golden ticket for them almost, isn't it there? And there's a bit to do there. I think Wood and Robertson aren't liking each other too much today, but all of a sudden Epping's still in the contest. They're 4 goals, 7-31. Greensborough 7-11-53. And boys, it's game on. 22 points of difference, 8 minutes into the third term.
And they haven't had Bolger and they haven't had Moore, but they have had Cruiser, Shepherd and Wood. And those 3 have been good in the marking contests.
Well, speaking of that man, he won the tap down but didn't hit his teammate. There is Conlon Gunn, kicks out wide on the wing. He's got a couple of Greensborough boys running on there. Adam Lindstrom kicks in board, looking for Reese. Boyden, I forgot his surname there, so I just had to drag it out. Epping now, clearing the ball out. Off to O'Neill, bit of an awkward foot drop. It is taking the ball over the top. There was a big man for Epping, Paddy Gardner. And here we go. Epping have got a run on there. It's Luke LaRossi tapping the ball in front of him. Great pressure from Steed. Here's Wood. He's got the big man, Shepherd. Couldn't mark it. Can he keep it in his hands, though? Lots of pressure from Wilson. Shepherd, bit of candy. Handball's out. Oh, he's got... It is Adam Rose. Can he blossom? And little snap kick there, which wasn't too good from Simon Kafalis. Could have been a wasted opportunity. Has it gone out on the full? No,
just bounced in. They just couldn't control the footy. If Rose had been able to take it cleanly, he probably would have been able to run into the goal. Couldn't do so.
Ball tapped down. LaRossi might have got a high one. Umpire hasn't paid it. Bottom of the pack It's going to be yet another stoppage deep in the left forward pocket.
Umpiring the perfect spot there, and he was right not to give it because LaRossi just dropped the knees, didn't actually get it high as it was anyway, but you reckon if it was on the other side, LaRossi threw the head back, he might have probably got a free kick there, as flying up there was...
Oh, again!
LaRossi Sharks! Shot on goal, he's good! 3 goals in 3 minutes to Epping, and all of a sudden they have sprung to life. Epping 5-7-37, Greensborough 7-11-53, and it's been their big names who have led the way. It's been Shepherd, Wood, and now LaRossi, and they've turned it on. And I guess the Borough fans, they're just shell-shocked. They looked after game one when they kicked the first goal of this half, but all of a sudden 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes, and it's suddenly just a 16-point ball game.
And it's been Luke LaRossi every single time in this third quarter. He has been the one who's been driving Epping back into this contest. Three or four seriously good clearances out of the middle of the ground, and that one, a stop ball at ground level, he was able to pick it up, break away and kick a fantastic goal. And now out of the middle again, Adams did the exact same thing. Almost a great mark to Keating there. Hands and knees. Here is Henwood trying to get a handball out to his teammate at ground level. Turnbull can't quite. It's going to be wrapped up in there at centre-half forward here for Epping, but this game is on, no question about that.
Epping have definitely set up better in the last 5 minutes of footy in their forward line, hanging around the goal square a lot, leaving that space from the goal square to the 50 arc, wide open.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's on the left! Oh! Have a look at him, get around him! The Pingers are back on here. It is a 10-point ball game, 4 goals in 6 minutes. The last time we saw 3 goals in 5 minutes was when I kicked them at Pantnell 6 years ago. But we won't talk about that here. It is on.
7-11-53 Greensborough. Epping 6 goals 7-43, just 10 points. And I don't think Greensborough's touched it since Epping kicked that first goal. They have just kicked goal, and it is amazing how quickly they've turned it around.
LaRossi, Adams, Cruiser, Wood, Keating, all of them getting amongst it here at the early part of the third quarter, early stages in the second half, and they are on at the moment, Epping. They've really brought it here after half-time.
It's just going their way too.
It's been magnificent to watch this revival after they were only able to kick 2 goals in the first half. Here's a chance. Pritchard goes long inside forward 50 for Greensborough. Bonjetti, Jordan, he's able to swing it back with the breeze. Oh, the umpire said it just crossed the line before it was able to swing back through the goals. That's one behind to the left-hand side. Almost got that one through Cameron Jordan. His first score of the day, one behind.
What an exciting start to the third quarter this has been. We've seen 5 goals, 4 of them coming from Epping, and we've just ticked over 12 and a half. Sam, have we got any scores in those close games in Division 3 and 1? Actually, there's a few good games coming across the board.
Yeah, we certainly are. We're starting Division 1, Northcote Park 38, trailing Montmorency 49, Eltham 76, all over Bundoora 20, West Preston 34 to Heidelberg 51, and McLeod just kicking away in the first goal there, 39-29 against Lower Plenty.
Adams does it nicely, gets it out to Kefalis. Little chip kick goes about 20 metres into the path of Keating. Nice work at ground level by Griffiths to get the ball out to Johnston. Johnston is able to pedal it back to a teammate, and then a high kick inside forward 50, almost into the path of Boyd. Player has space on the outer side. It is Conti. He goes to the right foot, spearing ball inside. There's a mark there at the back there for Epping. Nice resolute defence there from Matty Dornoff. He's able to break away on the outer side. Right foot kick. He finds his teammate. Spearing ball it was into Civarella. Wasn't able to take it cleanly. Great tackle by Steed on the second effort. And now still another chance here for Greensborough. Good work by Bonjetti to release Lindstrom. Deep on the boundary. Kick from Lindstrom is over the head of Dornoff. Trying to pick it up on the last line of defence. Nice work, Brenton Keating. Could be deliberate. He handballed it straight at the boundary line, but it's not going to be paid. It's going to be a throw-in deep in the forward pocket here for Greensborough.
They must kick the next, mustn't they, Greensborough? Have to respond to this onslaught by Epping, who kicked 4 goals in the space of 10 minutes to turn this game on its head. Still leading by 11 here, the Borough, so they've got the lead there. Boyden slapped it into the danger spot. Who's going to run onto it? It's going to be O'Neill of Epping. Kicks wide, just pitches inside. Waiting on the umpire here. Throw it in, he says. We'll go around the grounds. Division 2, Diamond Creek 8-8-56 to South Morang 3-1-19. North Heidelberg 10-7-67 to Lalor 3-10-28. Fitzroy Stars 13-6-84 to Hurstbridge 4-5-29. And Middlesea's kicked away 14-7-91 to Mernda 9-4-58.
That one down by Boyden. Ball at ground level, neutral footy. Going hard is Conti at the bottom of the pack. Tried to get a handball, wasn't clean. And then Henwood going in hard. Whistle is gone. It's going to be yet another stoppage. Same spot.
Round the ground, Division 3, Panton Hill 9-11-65 to Reservoir 5-8-38. Thomastown's 58 to Heidelberg West 40. And Parkside 49 to St Mary's 46.
Cruiser out of the ruck contest, and LaRossi wrapped up yet again. He's in the thick of everything once more. There'll be yet another bounce out there on the outer wing. And Ruck's going at it. Cruiser winning that one down. Here's a chance. Keating swings one around the corner in the Shepherd direction. But getting there first was the man in Johnston, and he released a long ball to Bonjetti. Tapped over the back. Chance for a goal. Tar off the ground. Oh, his execution was not perfect.
He missed everything,
and
actually.
it's gone out of bounds. It's hit the behind post. It's going to be a free kick to Epping in the back pocket.
I think he nearly could have had chance to try and pick up the ball and maybe throw it on his boot even to guide it. Once again, Greensborough just couldn't edge a bit further, but it's a 11-point ball game here. We've been travelling 15 and a half minutes.
You called it probably 10 minutes ago. Next goal, Greensborough's way and they were home. Epping's hit 4, and right now this next goal is absolutely massive because if the Borough kick it, they just steady. But if Epping kicks it, gee, I tell you what, you'd almost back it to continue going on, wouldn't you? Within 11 points, but Greensborough's done well. They've been able to just stop the flow for the past 3 or 4 minutes, kept the ball inside their attacking 50 and just taking some sting out of the game as Epping now looking for that long switch around the face of goal. It's going to sit up and it's going to be marked there in the last line of the fence. This is Cameron Campbell going back to where it came from. Nearly at the full there. Mark just taken by Lee Judd.
Isn't that funny though? 15 minutes ago, Epping couldn't do that. They were kicking back and forth to each other.
As the ball now goes down the line, this one just lands inside the boundary, but it's punched out of bounds and we'll have a throw in.
And those whistles you hear in the background, Tommy has just taken his shirt off.
Very good, Lee. Love your work, mate.
It's taken a while to get, this ball's gone over a couple of fences here, so it's a chance perhaps to go around the grounds in Division 1, and Montmorency's kicked 2 quick goals to etch away from Northcote Park. They've moved out to 61, 9-7-61 to Northcote Park, 5-8-38. In fact, another one, 10-7-67 to 5-8-38. So a big result going on there for Montmorency in the last 4 goals.
Ball bobbling around after the ruck contest. Cruz had first hands on it. Adams was the man brought down in the tackle. Yet another stoppage there on the outer side. The umpire throws that one up. Going nicely was Boyden. He got it down into the path of Griffiths, but
Straight
Cruiser...
to Reece Lambert, watch this.
It would be Reece Lambert if he went hard at the footy, but eventually he read it well off the back. He knew it was coming behind the contest. He was able to use the ball to half forward, find Fowler, who got it on the half volley. He was able to move it into Bonjetti. He's got Tar with him, but he decides to dribble one towards the goals. Bonjetti! It's just faded to the right again. Yet another dribbler that has gone Ori. And that is 3 goals, 3 for Bonjetti for the day.
Just get it to him, isn't it? He just looks like that time there he couldn't take the mark, but he was just at ground level, so strong, held that front position, got it quickly onto the boot. The non-preferred, it was going to be unlikely, but if he had got a kind bounce, who knows what could happen there. Just 12 points of difference now, 55 plays 43, 17 minutes into this third quarter. As the Blues exit their defensive 50. Cruz is going to fly from the front. Well, he got 2 hands on it. Probably should have marked. Tino tried to crash through. Stripped of it by Johnson, who threw it on his boot. And it pitches inside the boundary line. A couple of Epping defenders. It just stayed in it all that way. I considered it a dead ball, but it's rolled all the way back across the face of the goal and tapped through for a minor score. So I gave up on that a lot earlier than the ball. And that kick out is just going to be, it's going to be turned over now. Is it going to be kept inside? Epping are going to clear just on weight of numbers as Dornoff couldn't pick it up, and it again sits really close to that boundary line. Will it go over? It's going to be a ball up, and gee, they got away with one there because I think it was Johnson nearly intercepted there and would have had a shot on goal.
Matty Tar once again at the bottom of that pack, working hard, trying to keep his spot in this Greensborough outfit. And once again, there's Conlon Gunn laying a tackle at the bottom of the pack. He's earned a free kick for holding the ball. The Epping player who had it was dispossessed very nicely. Beautiful 2-handed tackle that pinned both the arms from Conlon Gunn. In his 200th game, you would think he'd need a little bit of luck on his side to get this journey. It's a big kick he's going to have to kick if he is able to put
love
this
to
one
hear
through.
the crowd reaction if he can put this one through in his 200th.
And he comes now, right foot kick on its way. It's not bad.
Stand up.
It's not bad, but it's just swung to the right late. And that's one behind Conlon Gunn's first score of the day.
So it's a minor score. Borough now at the past 3 behinds of this game here. 7-15-57. Epping is 6-7-43. So they're getting away just by those minor scores. Margin out to 14 points now. Epping had closed to 11 points, or actually 10 points. It's 4 consecutive behinds for the Borough. Of course, the margin was as much as 30. It was at 27 actually earlier in the game as well. And actually, no, it was 33 after they kicked the first goal of this third quarter. So It is a lot closer than it was 20 minutes ago as the handball now given off Epping's way to Judd. It was smothered. It took actually a ricochet off a head there, I think. And Ross is still good enough to extract from the middle. Look at him go. The man they call Bulldog goes inside. Not the best kick for Gardner. Went the wrong side of him. Allows Wilson to now run onto the footy. He's tackled by Gardner, but he somehow broke the tackle. Wilson, sensationally done. Now he goes wide. Who's going to fly out the back? Mullins will slip through his hand. Actually, slip through to the hands of Mullins now, who plays on. Kick inside. It's a pretty good one. And taking the mark there at centre half forward is Cam Jordan. Does he have the journey in him? He doesn't look confident. He's going to pass it off. He goes into space, and Bonjetti will mark on the chest.
Great kick.
And that might be 50 as well. Crowd wanted it. He's not going to get it. And Bonjetti to still kick from a pretty tough angle. I reckon it favours his left foot here. Most left footers kick it that left to right arc, and he'll have to just aim for that left goalpost and let it bend back.
And it's great use of the space on the outer side. There was no man able to cover in that space and stop Bonjetti from getting a free run to the footy. It was a perfectly executed
if
kick there from
Gardner
Cameron Jordan.
Been able to make that tackle with August locked inside 50, doesn't get made, and it ends up now with a shot down the other end of the ground.
So Bonjetti, and he comes. Kick on its way. And it's off to the left once again. He's got 3 goals for.
It's 5 points in the last 5 minutes to Greensborough. They're just failing to execute here with the wind. But as you said before, Stan, they've stemmed the flow that Epping had running on, and it's back out to 15 points as we've ticked well over into time on here. It is 21 minutes gone.
So it's 7-16-58 Greensborough. Epping 6-7-43, 15 points of difference, and that ball's going to be intercepted from the kick out. Centering ball from Bonjetti, and it just can't find a teammate. I think it was Conti going for the one-hander. Couldn't haul it in. Might have been, was it Grubb or was it Conti?
Grubb, I think.
Grubb it was, and it was a good centering ball by Bonjetti, but that's 2 kick-outs in a row that failed to hit the targets for Epping, and they've gone short both times, and it has been a pretty risky kick as the ball now from the back of the pack. Good tackle laid, but Epping's still going to get away with Kafalis. Centering ball is dangerous for Keating. Had to sit, but he did really well and gave a great handball off. And they're moving now onto that far wing, the Grimshaw Street wing. Shepherd can control it. He does really well there, Shepherd. Now he's got Wood one-on-one, but Wood turned his back on him there. He was imploring him to run at him, but he just didn't create that lead. And he gave a handball off to a teammate who ran out of bounds. That looked to have been the Campbell running from the back line. Brown, in fact.
Smart play. It was smart play. He didn't have much up forward. There wasn't much support around from his other teammates, so force a throw in to allow some numbers to get to the ball.
Hogan and Shepherd. Shepherd pinch hitting in the ruck. Cruiser's had to work very hard today, so he needs a little bit of a chop out. And out of the stoppage, Steed, he's got plenty of room to move, and I think he was legged, so the free kick's going to go downfield, and nice work by McQuilkin getting the ball long and deep into Bonjetti. Off his hands, Cameron Brown and Cameron Jordan one-on-one. Cameron Brown brought to ground there by Jordan, and going in hard at the bottom of the pack, working hard was Campbell. He got a little handball out, and he found a teammate over the top. Rose, he's in a bit of trouble. He's brought to ground by Steed, and it's going to be Rose again, but he's not going to get clean use of the footy. Steed once again going in hard. He gets a little handball out, only as far as Cameron Campbell. Cameron Campbell back in the direction of Steed, who feeds it out to McQuilkin. McQuilkin left foot kick inside 50. Grubby along the ground. No pun intended, as Josh Grubb kicks it up to full forward, almost a mark there in the goal square. It's a free kick. It's a free kick going to, I think it's going to be Bonjetti with the ball. Or it might even be Lindstrom who got the free kick. Was he held off the ball? I didn't quite see that.
It was paid for a hold, it was, as the ball came up in the air. I think some undersized Epping defenders just panicked under that high football. It was good work by the Greensborough forward just to keep the ball alive, wasn't it? And it's centering kick to Lindstrom, and he'll have a shot now for his first of the day, and he puts it straight over the goal umpire's hat. And the Borough, well, they may have withstood this Epping charge. The margin now back out to well, it's pretty decent lead now, isn't it? 21 points, 8 goals, 16-64 to Epping 6-7-43. We've played approaching 24 minutes in this third term.
You feel that Epping must kick at least the last goal of this third quarter, maybe the last two, if there any chance to stay in this contest. They've been fantastic with that 4-goal run-on they had earlier in the term to just keep the game alive, but they need another surge right now in the heading towards the back end. 24 minutes gone here in the third quarter, and they would love one more or possibly even two if they're lucky going into the break. And it's going to be Cruiser and Kogan once again once the ball is retrieved. The boundary umpire working his very hardest to get the ball back to the middle of the ground.
Tough job on a day like today.
Most
where
certainly.
the wind, they need the big nest there behind the goals.
So the umpire to ball it up once again. It's going to be Kogan winning it down into the path of Conti. And then Cruiser just belting it forward, trying to get a little bit of distance on it. Going in hard. Nice work there by a couple of Greensborough players. One of them was Conti. He's able to use the footy going to half forward. Good mark taken out the back by Staveley. And he's been impressive in the middle quarters of this game. But that kick not great. Straight to Lindstrom. Over to Jordan. Jordan right foot kick straight through the middle. That's a goal to Greensborough, and that really hurts. Cameron Jordan gets his first of the day.
Well, full credit to Greensborough. They withstood Epping's charge, didn't they? They were able to just take control of the footy. And the past 10 minutes has been played on that far end of the ground, hasn't it, away from the club rooms. They've kicked 2 goals, 5 in that time. If they'd have taken the most of their chances, they'd be further in front of the Captain Obvious of the day there. But they've missed some gettable shots on goal. Now they've kicked 2 opportunistic goals, and you think now that they're going to take a pretty handy lead into three-quarter time. Currently standing, the scoreboard standing at 9-16-70 rather, for 6 goals, 7:43, and they may have taken Epping's biggest blows already.
It would take a Herculean performance from the side sitting last on the ladder, the Epping Football Club, if they were to have any chance of taking down Greensborough in this crunch match late here in the home and away season here at War Memorial Park. High kick from Fowler into half forward. Lindstrom tried to get it off at ground level after the marking contest, but tied up in there. I think it was Cameron Jordan at the bottom of that pack, and there'll be yet another stoppage there at half forward.
So it is 5 straight kicks. Epping need to get back into this game, and the ball is thrown up at the Greensborough centre half forward line. Winning the ball out there for Epping, but tackled well was Adam Rose, I believe. And players are just throwing themselves at the ball here. Bit hard to see the numbers, and the umpire's going to throw it up just about 60 out from Greensborough's scoring end. We've ticked over 26 minutes. The margin is 27 points. Can Greensborough sneak into the finals? Possibly not. Altamar still 8 goals ahead of there of Bundura. Ball comes into the forward line now. There's the big man Bongetti. Handball's out to Jordan, but he can't pick it up.
The free kick's paid off the footy here. It's about 30 metres off the ball. And it was going to go to Epping, I think it's going to be. As the umpire goes across, and he's having a chat to a few players, but it looks like he pointed Epping's way.
No, it's a Greensborough free kick.
Greensborough free kick after that. I thought the initial point was one way, unless it was pointed the wrong way, but the umpire's run across. No cards given there, but it's going to be a free kick off the footy, and a chance now for Fowler to kick what would be his second goal. In fact, it's not. It's actually going to be Bongetti with the foot. No, it's Fowler first time around, we're right, so we'll stick with that as Fowler goes in for his second goal. Hangs it up in the air and misses near side. So minus score there for Fowler. Did kick a goal at the start of the third quarter, and he can't replicate that at the end of the third. So minus score now. Greensborough moved to 9-17-71. Epping is 6-7-43.
So 27.5 gone here in the third. Brenton Kearney at fullback, just waiting for the ball to be retrieved.
Might go around the grounds. Division 3, Panton Hill 10-13-73 to Reservoir 6-9-45. Thomastown 10-5-65 to Heidelberg West 7-5-47. And Parkside 7-7-49 to St Mary's 10-5-65. Must be a breeze at Pitcher Park.
Big long ball there from Keating, but only as far as Steed, who's taken yet another mark. He's been sensational getting out the back of contest and being able to take nice uncontested marks and use the footy nicely. This time he moved over to McQuilkin, who got the ball deep inside forward 50. Chance at ground level for Lindstrom, but the Epping defence is resolute here, but only as far as McQuilkin, the ball from Campbell. And here's Griffiths going inside forward 50 with a spearing ball. Just went over the head of his intended teammate and club. Snap around the corner. Is that another goal here for the Borough? I think it is. Magnificent snap there from Fowler. Sensational stuff by him. He missed one a minute ago, and the second time lucky, he puts through his second of the day.
His old man's liking it in the crowd as well. Fist pumping. It's your second goal for the quarter, and you reckon now that they've certainly taken the best from Epping, and they've run away with it here. They've kicked the last 3 goals of Borough, and they're leading by a match high 33 points. 10-17-77. Plays 6-7-43 as the umpire throws it up again. Kogan and Cruiser give that one to Cruiser at ground level, trying to take the ball with Turnbull. Did really well to give a handball off to Adams, who just volleyballed it amongst himself, but couldn't take it cleanly. We'll have a secondary stoppage. 29 minutes tick over in this third quarter. It's the Borough by 33. Epping just must get one here if there is any time left. As Hyde got out of a tackle probably a little too easy there, went wide with his kick, running onto it. Fowler against Dornoff. Dornoff did well to kill the contest, and the boundary line is he beats them both in the end, and we'll have a throw in. Greensborough's attacking half, still 20 metres from their attacking 50. Umpire throws it in. Front spot is with Cruiser, 1-2 that front of the pack, but Gunn just got involved. He got a handball out, probably legged as well as he got that handball. It now moves up to Conti, next to that boundary line, centering kick on goal. Mark's taken there by Staveley. He played on straight away, centering kick must mark here. He didn't mark, but he'll get a free kick for one in the back. And they've got to just go quickly before the Borough backs get back quickly. Goes wide looking for Gardner. It's going to be tough to mark this one. Got two hands on the footy, but never in control of the ball. Near that boundary line, Blues players trying to keep it in, but it's all in vain as it's locked up on that boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in. In fact, it's going to be a ball up right on that boundary line, so Tom Flanagan, you have a crack at this one.
Deep hemmed in there on the boundary, as Sam was saying. And just outside the Epping forward 50, that one down, two-hander by Kogan, got it to Conti. Conti right foot, tried to get it up to half forward, and there's a 2-on-1 contest, but out the back, Bonjetti's got all the space, and the ball's trickling towards goal. Is he going to pick it up off the ground? He tries to pick it up, he couldn't, and then he went off the ground and he stuffed it up. Oh, it could have been an opportunity there for Bonjetti to kick his fourth of the day, but he just couldn't quite get his footing right, and that one just dribbled through. I think, did it go through for a behind there at the end?
I think I actually don't believe it did. I think it was no score given. So at three-quarter time, it is Greensborough 10-17-77. They're leading Epping 6-7-43. The margin did dwindle down to 10 points at the 15-minute mark of that quarter, but the Borough just responded with the last three goals of that quarter, or last 2 goals, 5 in fact. It wasn't 3 goals in fact. A lot of
who's really been at the peak of the competition for the last 6+ years. I think this is it. Sam, you said before the break, the season's on the line here. Tom, sorry, it may have even been you. This is it. Just go for it. If you lose this game, that's
Yep, back to Div 2 next year. 1 quarter left for the Epping Football Club to prove they are worthy of staying up in Div 1 in 2014. And going in hard was Jared Tilley. He wants to stay up, and he gets it to half forward, getting it to Wood. And here's a chance for Keating. He slides through 1 or 2, and he's able to use the right foot. Gets it high up into full forward. 2-on-1 contest. It'd have to be good, Shepherd. He almost, I've almost thought he took the mark there on the second grab, but it wasn't. He took the first grab, bounced on the ground, and then he was able to grab it on the second grab, and then he was thrown to the deck by about 3 or 4 Greensborough defenders. And once again, we have a stoppage here. Out of the air, a chance for a goal. It's not going to quite get there. It was a high swinging ball from the stoppage from an Epping player, but Drew Wilson there on the last line defence is able to use it nicely, and now they move out from the defensive half. McQuilkin takes the mark at half back. He's got a man running for him for the handball. He doesn't decide to use him. He decides to switch the play to the left-back flank, and he's got a teammate out there. I think that's Pritchard on the outer side. Uses it poorly. Straight to Campbell. Campbell over the top in the direction of Shepherd. Shepherd's got LaRossi running for him if he wants to use him. He decides to go in that direction. 1-on-1 there. It wasn't LaRossi. It was Dornoff. LaRossi eventually in pursuit after the ball hit the deck, but it's rolled out of the bounds in front of him, and it's going to be a boundary throw deep in the right forward pocket. Good start, though. Good pressure.
Dornoff, the swingman, gone from full back down to maybe a floating forward, and we've seen a bit of that at the top level. And can he be the pinch hitter here to get that winning score on the board for the Pingers? So ball is going to be wrapped up here. It's just inside the half forward flank. We're about 35 metres out from the Epping scoring end. Massive fist over there by Kogan, and LaRossi sees it over for Epping there. So just under 2 minutes gone, no action on the scoreboard yet.
Look, it's importantly, it's at the right end of the ground at the moment for Epping, isn't it? Locked inside their attacking 50, but they just haven't been able to put it through the big stick so far this quarter as the umpire throws it in. Ball, well, the only one up there was Cruzy. Still didn't get good purchase on that punch though. At ground level, LaRossi picked it up, ran into a wall of tacklers. One was Gunn, who just stripped him of the footy. Ball kick now, Greensborough's attacking way. At ground level, it's a 2-on-1 situation. Jordan's done well to just corral the footy there at ground level for the Borough, and we'll have a ball up inside the centre square. Pretty untidy stuff early on in this quarter. Lots of numbers around the footy. Right contest goes Gunn, trying to crash through. Did really well there, Conlon Gunn. His handball, though, was turned over. Again, though, lots of tackling pressure laid, and Mullins wrapped up his opponent. We'll have a ball up right in the middle of the ground.
Plenty of numbers around the footy, as Sam alluded to before. Cruiser wins that one down as far as LaRossi. LaRossi's able to swing a little handball into Adams. Adams gets it to Civarella to Keating. They're just paddling it forward. Tilly over it now. Going in hard there for Greensborough. Nice effort there at the back. Jordan on hands and knees trying to pick it up there as well. And nice work by Civarella to lock it in. There's going to be yet another stoppage. As you were saying, Sam, very hot contested footy at the moment.
3 minutes gone. Ball's thrown up at Epping centre half forward. Kick comes out. Looking for... Is a free kick being called? Yes.
Epping's way.
It has gone Epping's way. Now, this looks like it could be Dornoff or even the big number...
I think he is Dornoff, actually.
Yeah, Dornoff. He might have been held onto when that high ball was coming in.
He called in the swingman there, and it might just pay dividends. That bigger body down there maybe just stretches Greensborough's tools in the defensive 50.
Could it be the move of the day for the Epping coach, Mario Bandara? Here comes Dornoff from a very tight angle in the forward pocket. Goal umpire, I reckon that has gone through for a behind.
It has just I thought initially the umpire hadn't done much movement. I thought it might have gone through, but just signalled that it had gone wide late and a minor score. They need to take the most of every opportunity, don't they, at the moment, the Epping Football Club. There's 6 goals, 8:44 to 10:17, 77 Greensborough.
Wood.
Kick out comes and Wood just takes an absolute beauty over the top of the pack. Maybe just beyond him here. Centering kicks and he right to the square. Lots of Greensborough in the back, but in the front, Shepherd. It just, again, that was almost similar to that Bonjetti one in the second quarter where the wind just favoured him. He's able to get his arms extended and with his body just protect the drop of the ball, and he took the mark on the tip of the goal square, and Shepherd, he's kicked 1-5 for the day. He should make it 2-5, and he does just that, stabs it through.
Here we go.
And perhaps the start of a second wind here for Epping. They made a big challenge in the third quarter, which Greensborough responded to. Can they do it again in the last? They've kicked the first goal. They're 7-8-50. 27 points in arrears of Greensborough, 10-17, 77 Tom Flanagan.
27-point ball game, as Sam just alluded to. And very important goal there. Epping just getting back into the contest. It was a nice effort there in the forward half. Shepherd getting his second of the day. 7 scoring shots he's had for the return of 2-5 Pete Shepherd. But he has been one of the better players on the ground despite his inaccuracy in front of the big sticks. And as we wait for the ball to get back in the middle, we might go to some around-the-ground scores.
Yeah, we've got Division 1, Montmorency the first goal of the last quarter, 12-8-80 to Northcote Park, 8-9-57. Bundura close to 29 points now, so 11-13-79 plays 7-8-50. No score progression at West Preston at 7-7-49 to Heidelberg, 11-11-77. And McLeod now 20 points in front, 10-15-75 to Lower Plenty, 8-7-55. Here, Greensborough 77 to Epping 50.
Back in the middle, Ruck's going at it once more here. Early stages here in the last quarter. Last goal was kicked by Epping. That was Pete Shepherd, and now out of the middle. Moving nicely was Henwood. He couldn't pick it up cleanly, though. And then Gunn got it out to Rintoul. Rintoul to Hyde with a nice little handball, and then Hyde's kick it avoided Bonjetti, and now Grubb is hard pressed to pick the ball off the ground. He's got McMahon stopping him from getting a clean run at it. Trying hard was Cameron Brown to try and get a handball out. His direct opponent, Cameron Jordan's now got the footy. He goes with a loopy little handball. He might have get a free kick. He was slung. He was slung, Cameron Jordan. He's going to get a chance to put through what would be his second goal of the day. He's kicked 1 goal, 1 so far.
He's been lively in the second half. I thought he was pretty quiet early on, but I reckon as the game's wore on, he's gotten better. He kicked the goal in that quarter. He's going to go on quickly here. Goes right to the line. It's not going to have to carry. Bonjetti's got the sit. Cruiser got in front of him. Done. The spoiled Conlon Gunn. Wouldn't it be fitting if he could steal it? He gave a handball off. It was stolen by LaRossi and Epping. Exit their defensive 50. It's going to probably come back in here. A handball, well, the underground handball was a neat one. Kick into space. Gunn, well, he overran the foot. He's out wide now. His ball slapped into the Epping bench area, but tell you what, if Conlon Gunn kicks one in the last quarter, the supporters are going to hear it from the crowd, aren't they? The listeners rather. The crowd will erupt as one, as Bonjetti got the tap down at ground level. No one able to clear this footy here, and we'll have a secondary stoppage.
So 27-point ball game. All seems to be gone for Epping in season 2013. They might be back down in Division 2 unless they can pull off an absolute miracle here in the last 20 minutes. Here's a chance for Rintoul out of the stoppage. And Adams is able to dispossess him and get it over to Cruiser. Cruiser with a left foot kick. It went up to half forward. Trying to crash through there was Keating.
Has he won a free kick?
I think he has.
That's 52. This is good for Epping.
There's a chance for Epping. They can reduce the margin to 21 points if a goal is kicked here. It's going to be Travis Keating with the footy.
This is, we've just ticked over, just under 8 minutes here. Tommy said it's going to bring Epping, he's going straight away, he's just played on and kicked. Is it a waste?
No, it's going to be called back. No, play on called actually. One umpire I thought it asked for it back, but not the case. That's a good tackle made. There's going to be a free kick for holding the ball now paid Epping's way, and now this is certainly going to be a shot on goal. It's Dornoff again, the swingman who kicked the point from the exact opposite pocket about 4 minutes ago. He has an opportunity now from the right pocket to potentially bend one through, and this could reduce the margin to 21 points.
It was an interesting option there to kick it on. I thought it was a bit of a floater kick, and he was trying to give Shepherd the best opportunity. But if you're kicking with the wind, just drill it into someone if you've got it there. If you let it sit up, and as we saw, the Greensborough defenders were able to come in and spoil it, but as it turns out, Epping have created some great pressure there with a Matt Dornoff tackle, and he's going to have his second shot on goal in the space of 5 minutes.
Yeah, just a blood rule there holding up the play. Now as Dornoff comes in, would be his first goal. Wouldn't it be a great time to put it through as though shot on goal, looks to be missing near side. It never really looked goal bound. Another opportunity missed there for Dornoff. He's hit two behinds this quarter, and a let off for Greensborough, 7-9-51. That's Epping. Greensborough 10-17-77. They had to make the most of every opportunity in this last quarter, really, and they had 3 shots on goal for just the 1 goal, and time is fast getting away with them with 9 minutes now gone in this quarter. Wait for the ball to come back from behind the goal. So we'll go around the grounds. Division 2, Diamond Creek 99 to South Rank 25. Hurstbridge is 49 to the Fitzroy Stars 122. North Heidelberg 111 to Laylaw 47, and Whittlesea 123 to Mernda 71.
Ball on the half-back flank now, going hard at ground level was Kefalis. He gave a little handball to LaRossi, didn't find him, so had to go again. Kefalis, he did well, won his own ball, and he was able to get it over to Henwood. Henwood kicked long inside 50, but a good mark there by Hyde. May have been touched off the boot because the umpire called play on, and it's now trickled out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
Yeah, it was touched off the boot. He called play on straight away. He had the arms raised when the ball was travelling in.
So once again, the Rucks to go at it here deep in the forward half for Epping. Shepherd at ground level. He's trying to work through a Conlon gun tackle. That doesn't he can't get away from that one. And then working hard is Mullins now. Mullins gets it to Griffiths. Griffiths moves it out to half-back. Grubb in pursuit of the footy. Nicely picked up there. I think it was Gardner. And he gave it to Kefalis. Kefalis swung it towards
Drew
goal,
Wilson.
But he needed a bit more on that kick. Couldn't get over the head of Drew Wilson, who slices the ball out wide in the direction of Steve, but it's going to bounce out in front of him on the left wing.
You could almost swear that Kefalis was passing that one.
Yeah.
It was a dinky kick. He didn't really put the boot through it, and Wilson was the only man in the goal square to take the relieving mark.
So once again, it's a 26-point lead here that Greensborough hold here at War Memorial Park. 8th versus 10th. And once again, after the ruck stoppage, Greensborough boys happy to let it go out of bounds for yet another throw-in.
So you can just sense here if Greensborough do get another goal on the board, the floodgates might open. However, if it does turn the other way, we've got a 20-point ball game. Greensborough win it out here in the hands of Steed. He's looking for Bongetti, goes straight over the top of him. And little Cam Jordan there sees his similar number for Epping over the boundary line there, number 33, Cameron Brown. So
It's been a good battle, those two, all day.
they have. They're similar pace, similar size, and
Similar number.
Yes.
Just on Brenton Keating, he's done a good job on Bongetti in the second half, has to be said. Bongetti still taking some talent grabs, but he's certainly reduced his influence in this second half as the ball now being forward out. Conlon Gunn did really well to open up the ground to Steed, looping handball into spaces. Conchi goes one way, goes another, goes onto his non-preferred, gets it to that hot spot, getting in front of Bongetti. There was Judd. He socketed out of mid-air. Adams couldn't take the footy. Now it's an opportunity for Grubb. If he was clean, he wasn't. Getting involved now is it Campbell that trying to crush through? Just got through. He probably dropped it in the end. He did, and it's going to be a free kick. In fact, it wasn't Campbell. It was Rose who was wrapped up.
Goes on with it.
And now it's in the hands of Johnston.
Johnston now at left half forward. He slides the little ball into the pocket. Boyden could have taken the mark. Good punch there at the back. Nice work there by Brenton Keating, as Sam was just speaking about. Good punch.
Gee, he's been quiet, hasn't he? Boyden barely called his name all day. Bongetti's been the one, and he's done some relief ruck work as well, but barely sided today, Boyden, as the umpire throws it in.
And once again to go at it, Boyden was involved in that ruck contest, but the ball now at ground level in the hands of Tilly. Tilly's about 20 metres out from his defensive goal, and he slides the ball out to half-back, but only as far as a couple of Greensborough players. One is Lindstrom, could have been taken high there, not paid there by the umpire. Now going in hard, that was a great contest there by Wood, and now wrapped up at the bottom of the pack, it's going to be Cameron Jordan at the bottom of that tackle, and the ball will be bounced.
So the umpire throws it up, tap down. It's a bit of a lull in the crowd at the moment. Very quiet, isn't it, at the moment? They're all pretty tense. But as every second expires, it gets closer to a Greensborough win as the ball at ground level. Hyde just dived on it. And we will have a ball up. Half forward flank for Epping. They're trailing this one 51-77. Must kick one quickly if they are to have any chance of a late fight back. Ball now from the pack again. Greensborough's tackling today has been ferocious, gang tackling in the middle of the ground, and not not allowing Epping to get those fast breaks. And coincidentally, when Epping got back into the game, it was 4 centre clearances in a row that got him into it. But since then, the Borough midfielders have at the very best, at very worst, broken even. But I reckon they've had the upper hand in the last 40 minutes.
Here he goes again, Steed. He's been in everything all day, but unfortunately wasn't able to take it cleanly for the Greensborough supporters. The ball now in the hands of Adams. He got it to LaRossi. LaRossi wrapped up straight away. It wasn't a clean handball. And there's going to be yet another stoppage there in the middle of the ground. Greensborough just happy to lock things up.
And there are some upset supporters, as you may hear in the background, that no goals are being kicked. Just a poor little child crying, wanting some sort of goal here. We want a goal. Greensborough tried to get a clearing kick. The kick was smothered. Epping now trying to work it forward there. I think it was Kafalis off to Wood looking for Shepherd. Oh!
One-hander!
He just grabbed that like a baseball and just yanked it in. But he's not on a bit of a hard angle. He's probably about 10 metres inside the boundary. Doesn't waste any time. He's walking straight into his pace. He's going to want to be aiming for the left boundary post to watch this sail through. Has he listened to me? No, he hasn't. It's gone through for a behind. So we're 15 minutes gone.
2 goals, 6 for Shepherd today.
No, Sammy, you take it away,
7-10-52 plays 10-17-77. They've missed 3 chances in this last quarter. They needed those to go through as Greensborough already moved the ball to the middle of the ground where Bonjetti marked, gave a handball off. Fowler marked, gave a handball off. Long kick up to Bonjetti. He just tunnel balled it through his legs. Handball on the outside, got it straight to Keating, was wrapped up in a big tackle. Umpire let it go. Kafalis marks and plays on straight away from half-back. Chips into the middle of the ground. They've just got to go now. LaRossi. He probably lost that tackle. Umpire said it was a handball. Travis Keating. Handball smothered by Mullins. Now it's Jack Johnston running through the heart of War Memorial Park. Nice kick into space. Getting around a tackle there. Conti kicks out wide. Who's leading? Boyden!
Got it. There we go.
Strong marks out in front of the eyes, and he's just popped up. He said he's been pretty quiet, but he's popped up at a pretty important time.
This could be the icing on the cake of Conlon Gunn's 200 game here for the Greensborough Football Club. He is about 30 metres out.
Tough angle. Very tough angle. It's not going to be easy to put this one through with the wind that's been happening today. He's put some nice air in it. It might be swinging back. No, it hasn't swung far enough. It's just off to the right, one behind.
10-8-78 plays 7-10-52. You'd reckon now that time might have escaped them as the seconds just continue to tick off the clock here. We've played down this last quarter, 16 minutes, as the long kick down the middle of the ground. Can it flick its way out the back and get some run off repping? It doesn't. A big tackle laid there by Les Adams as a big puff of dust actually comes out of the centre circle there, and we'll have a ball up. Centre circle of War Memorial Park. Umpire throws it up. Going really early there was Kogan. He'd probably get a free kick for a Shepherd here, will he? Well, given away actually for jumping into the back there of Cruiser. He handballed off to Tilly on the left boot. Tilly's kick inside. Who can mark this one? Well, it's Greensborough defenders in the front. Winning the ball to the front. Civarello actually stole the footy. Handball now is a high looping one. Made Wood wait underneath it. He had to try and lay a tackle on Hyde. He couldn't quite do that. Hyde handballed looking for Gunn. It was turned over though. At ground level, Kyle Turnbull can't quite pick it up. It's been a very stagnant quarter, hasn't it? Haven't had too many free flowing passages of play. And this ball, he's very close to the boundary line. It's eventually gone over.
It's been brilliant to watch the Greensborough midfielders tackling pressure, though. They've been absolutely outstanding. You alluded to it earlier in the quarter. It just haven't allowed Epping any time and space to move the footy. And when Epping have been able to move the ball, it's been due to good work through the midfield clearances and being able to break tackles and get around them. But they haven't allowed them any of that, Greensborough, in the last quarter. High ball into the forward line. Chance here for Epping. Cameron Jordan trying to tap it over for a rush behind. It may have been kicked off the line. No, not quite. It's going to be, as I said, rush through there for a rush behind Epping.
It's just gone to a bit of a lull, hasn't it? Without any goals being scored, there's
just the one for the quarter, which was the Shepherd. So you think it's not going to go too long, which would favour the Greensborough team, as that long kick out now going out wide at ground level. Staying down was the Stead, who got a left foot kick on. It was Stead. He got it onto Matty Fowler, who handballs inboard. Made Ryan wait under it, but he was good enough to take the footy.
Boyden.
The space. It's going to be a free kick downfield. And Boyden, I mean, he marked it either way, but I guess the Epping defence had stopped, and Boyden is going to profit from that downfield free kick. Another shot 35 metres out from goal, directly in front, around the grounds in Division 3. We've got Panton Hill 101 to Reservoir 58, Thomastown 80 to Heidelberg West 62, and Parkside 65 to St Mary's 74.
Boyden, 47 goals for the year, 0-2 so far today, and the right foot kick is going to go close. He's pumping his fist, he's clapping his hands, and he knows that the Borough are home. Great effort there. Reece Boyden gets his first goal of the day. They extend their lead further. It's a 31-point ball game.
Well, it's been a low-scoring last quarter, just the second goal kicked, and we've now reached about, just short of 19 minutes, but that kick there at the very least, it confirms, unfortunately for Epping, that they look like going down into Division 2 again next year. The fortunate thing for them is that the Lower Plenty Footy Club is trailing McLeod by 32 points, but they're going to need a win of well over 100 points next week against West Preston to have any chance of staying afloat, given they are a game and percentage behind Lower Plenty.
So back in the middle, LaRossi, after the hit out, was one down for Epping, but it's been turned over because there was no clean hands from any of the Epping players. Now the ball at half forward for Greensborough. Tar, he takes the mark out in front of McMahon. He can swing around the right foot straight away. Great smother from McMahon. Got it off those hands straight to Judd. Judd tried to move it out to a teammate in Brown, but he couldn't get there. Nice work there at the back there by the Greensborough player in, I think it was Johnston, forcing that ball out of bounds for yet another stoppage.
So we've seen a lot of throw-ins in this last quarter. It's been almost a boundary line to boundary line action as the umpire throws it again. They should be getting paid overtime today, I would have thought, as Rossi played for a free, didn't get it there, and now it's extracted from the Mullins, goes inside looking for Boyden, getting across and cutting in front of his path as McMahon. Switching ball's a good one to Keating, who's got a ton of space out wide, got the whole wing to work with. Keating runs directly down the middle, and the kick was Shepherd. He just had to wait under a fraction in the end, and it was spoiled away from him, and it's going to come back outside the other, it should have come out more centrally. They had numbers inside. They don't really managed to keep the ball in play here. Now Boyden's at the ball. Bongetti wants it long. Grubbs on short. Goes to Grubb. Drops what he should have taken. O'Neill tried to worry him out of it. At ground level, it's really well. Grubb also not to infringe and give a free kick. Ball up. Surely going to be the option here, and it is called for the umpire. 60 out from Greensborough's goal. If Grubb had taken that, you would have backed Bongetti one out in the goal scoop, wouldn't you? But the simple mark was dropped, and an opportunity to kick a goal went begging. Great
defensive effort there from Mick O'Neill, and now charging through the pack, Les Adams. Working hard also, Matty Tar. Here's a chance for goal. No, Boyden. He's just tried to dribble that one through from the right forward pocket. It's just faded there to the left-hand side. He gets his third behind of the day. 1 goal, 3, Reece Boyden.
21 minutes ticked over. The margin here is 31 points. You'd say it's well out of Epping's reach here, unless they can pull something miraculous. Doing the kicking in was Brenton Keating. He's let go. Beautiful drop punt. Goes inside the centre square. Drops through Wood's hands, and the umpire, after a few players throw themselves on the ball, is going to throw it up.
32-point ball game here at War Memorial Park. Greensborough are not going to get relegated. Looks like that Epping are. And a pretty good performance here after Epping made a charge early in the third quarter. But it's going to be all Greensborough for the 4 points today, you would think. But Epping with an opportunity for a late goal. Here's McMahon off half-back, gets it to LaRossi. He's been fantastic. He's been the best player on ground for Epping all day. And he gets it into Shepherd, who's had a few opportunities. This time he plays on straight away. Goes with the right foot. Is it going to be straight? No, he's missed another one. He's missed another one. He's kicked 2-7 today, Pete Shepherd.
Story of his day.
If only he'd had his kicking boots on, who knows, 7 goals too, and it might have been a very different story. A lot of gettable misses amongst that as well, isn't it? 54 plays 85 as the Borough exit their lines. They're going to make their way up to the wing here. Kick was partially smothered, so doesn't quite get there. Underneath there, Conti went to ground. In fact, it was McCulkin, and the boundary line beats all around the grounds. Northcote Park 9-14-68 to Montmorency 12-8-80. Eltham 11-16-82 to Bundoora 8-8-56. West Preston 8-10-58 to Heidelberg 13-12-90. And Lower Plenty 11-8-74 to McLeod 18-17-101.
Adams' little ball out to Shepherd, who's got another chance for goal here. He takes on his man in Wilson, goes with a right foot kick. It's floating towards the goals. No, again he's missed it. He's got 2 goals, 8.
And you think you spin that around, and Epping would be in front.
Yep.
It is just. It must be frustrating for the Epping faithful, but you can just have those days.
Shepherd himself. Yeah. It'd be very frustrating for him, I'd imagine, not being able to convert those opportunities.
So we are 23 minutes gone here, and the margin now is 5 goals. Well smothered there by Wood for Epping. Coming through was his teammate there in Jared Tilley, I believe. He's been wrapped up at centre half forward there at the Epping end. Umpire throws it up. Come on the Borough was the shout. Cruiser wins it down. Wood couldn't pick it up. Coming through there for Greensborough. Great Shepherd off the ball. They've got the kick out here to the man they call Bongetti. Puts one hand up, wheels round, throws it on the boot. Here's Boyden. Oh, don't tell me, was there any hands on that? He's waiting for it. Has been touched. Now that is great stuff there. Last line of defence. Mick O'Neill for Epping as they get a clear kick out.
Square.
Oh no. Oh, that's a bad error.
And just put the Moz on him there with that. And it's going to be thrown up well within Greensborough's scoring range here. They'd be looking for a big Cruiser fist through the Epping team to give him another stoppage. Goes up. Cruiser actually whacks it back into play. This could work for Greensborough's advantage. Handball comes out. Speed for the Narellan players. Pools player of the day as he kicked the goal. No. Cruiser, the man we said again, just punches it through. And it now goes out to a 32-point margin. And Tristan Steed, he could have got all the fixed up the chlorine and salt levels in his pool there with that goal, I think. But he just might have edged himself back.
Big Brenton Keating kicks it out to centre half back, only as far as a couple of Greensborough players. One of them was Johnston, but wasn't able to take it cleanly. Griffiths, good handball from LaRossi, but eventually McQuilkin's able to get there. He handballs back to Steed. Yet another turnover, and he goes with a high right foot kick up to half forward. Trying to pick that one up was Grubb. Good work there by Civarella to get a handball to a teammate. Now the ball at half forward with LaRossi. It was a nice little mark from him. He slid into the perfect position, and then kicked long to Shepherd. Shepherd has taken the mark. He's deep on the right half forward flank. He's going for his 9th behind of the day, or his 3rd goal if he can kick it. And he comes in now, puts a bit of air in the kick. I reckon that one is just straight. I reckon he's got that one straight. He has. He's got his 3rd goal of the day. 3 goals, 8 for Pete Shepherd. He's had a few opportunities and he's been very dangerous. Unfortunately, hasn't converted all of his chances, but he's been very lively today.
11 scoring shots on goal for the day. He's had he's been great, but he just hasn't been able to put the ball through the big sticks, unfortunately. Greensborough's 11, 21, 87. They've been equally inaccurate in front of goals, and Epping 8, 13, 61, 26 minutes. So 26 points of difference, and we have played in this last quarter 26 minutes.
And Epping now knowing what it feels like to be a Collingwood or Hawthorn supporter when you're watching your key forward not kicking straight.
Out of the middle again, here's Epping, another opportunity. Good work by Henwood trying to get it over to Staveley, but Henwood had to go for a second crack after Conti intercepted it, and it was a high ball from Henwood, but a great mark taken there by Matty Hyde on the back flank, solid as a rock. Took it one-on-one, the nice mark there, and he uses the right foot. Nice delivery down to Bongetti. Staveley got a hand in there to stop the mark from happening, and here's another chance for goal. Right foot kick from Grubb has just faded to the left. It's going to be one behind. He's got 0-4 for the day, Josh Grubb. Another one who's had the goal kicking woes.
Massive result taking place at Bill Laurie as well. Northcote Parks hit the front by a point, 11-15-81 to Montmorency 12-8-80. Could be a case the top 2 sides may well go down today. Bundura is still 27 points behind Eltham, 12-17-89 to 9-8-62. Heidelberg leading 92-58 against West Preston. A great win if Heidelberg gets up there. And McLeod 107-82 in front of Lower Plenty.
Keating tried to find Wood. It was off his hands. Ground level. Here is Les Adams trying to move the ball towards a teammate. Civarella picked it up, but there's Greensborough numbers everywhere, but it's tapped out to Henwood. Henwood hacks the ball from half back and he gets it in the direction of a couple of his teammates. One is Dornoff, but there's 3 Greensborough runners off half back, and they're going to get away. Plenty of space over the top for, I think that's It's Cameron Jordan who's taken a mark there on the outer side.
Oh.
He's able to chisel a little ball in, a ground level ball to a teammate in Grubb, and now Gunn in his 200th game gets it back out to Jordan. They're moving it nicely. A bit of Harlem Globetrotter stuff here from the Borough. Nice work there by McQuilkin. Gets it in deep. Almost a mark there at the back to Keating. O'Neill had to go in hard. Oh, Boyden almost out of the air. He has to go hard for a second effort to try and tap it to a teammate. Here's a goal.
No, free kick paid before that in the bag.
I thought Matty Fowler had got away with his third goal for the day there, but it was a free kick, as Sam alluded to. It's going to be Paddy Gardner in the back pocket.
And he switches the play to that far side in front of the bench there, marked there by Peter McMahon. That awkward kicking style. Just drops it with two hands, long kick to the wing. Got a good penetration on that one there. A good mark there taken by Les Adams. Really done. Maybe given 50 there for he run through the mark twice, but maybe part of his 200 celebration and let that one slide. Kicks it to half forward there. One hand up goes Shepherd. Couldn't take it second time around. And Matty Hyde was there to give up a handball to Lambert, and they're just chipping it up to. Is that Gunn who's taken the mark on that far side? It is. He's taken the grab, and what a fitting way to finish it. Condon Gunn finishes with the ball in his hand, as he deserves, in his 200th game, and the Borough are home by 27 points. 11-22-88 to 8-13-61. You can hear the war cry in the room next to us as they celebrate what has been a pretty convincing win. They were really tested in the third quarter, and full credit to them. They bounced back emphatically and won the game here by 27 points. The finals hopes, well, they should still be alive. It all depends on whether Epping or whether Eltham can get in front, or rather Bundoora can get in front of Eltham out at Eltham Central. It's currently, well, the Panthers have just extended their lead. They kicked another goal. They've gone out to 32 points in front. They're 13-17-90.